this short video, we're going to take a look at licensing the Microsoft 365 Frontline offerings. My name is Vicky Lee, a Microsoft licensing expert, and I'll be taking you through this session today. If we think about how we tend to work nowadays, many of us will use multiple devices and will work in multiple locations, whether that's at the office, working from home, or when we're visiting our customers. We need to ensure that wherever we are and whatever device we're working on, we can securely access all the applications and content that we need to work with. And the companies we work for need to ensure the devices that we use are secure and managed to protect our corporate data. So how do we achieve this? Well, this is where Microsoft 365 comes in. So our first question to ask is, what is Microsoft 365? And it's a collection of cloud services that combine the Microsoft 365 apps with powerful productivity cloud services, device management tools, and advanced security. And Microsoft 365 is available via a number of different plans, with options targeting different types and sizes of customer, as well as options for the different types of user within an organization. Most of the Microsoft 365 plans are licensed via user subscription licenses, or USLs, where there is a monthly cost per user for the plan that they're licensed for, generally paid for either annually or monthly, depending upon how you're purchasing them. Now, the main elements that all the plans consist of are the Microsoft 365 apps, Office 365, Windows 11, and the security and management tools. Each plan will consist of a different collection of these services, and it is a case of choosing the ones that best suit your business and your users' needs. For instance, if you are a small to medium-sized business, you might opt for one of the business plans. And you can see here on the slide an overview of what's included in each of the plans. And if we take the Business Premium plan as an example, we can see that the users licensed with this would have access to the Microsoft 365 apps for business, the Office 365 productivity servers, Windows 11, and some of the security and management tools. And this is an option that has been tailored for the small to medium-sized business. And please do note that business plans are technically limited to support up to 300 users. Whereas the enterprise plans, E3 and E5, would suit any size of customer and do consist of the most services, including the Microsoft 365 apps for enterprise, the Office 365 productivity tools, Windows 11 Enterprise, and the security and management tools of enterprise mobility and security. And these plans are aimed at users who need a rich set of productivity tools and organizations that want the richer set of management and security tools. And then we have the options for the frontline worker in the form of the F1 and F3 plans. And we can see from the slide that the frontline plans consist of a reduced set of services available. And again, they've been designed to specifically suit the needs of the frontline worker. Now, if you want to see more information about these plans, do follow the link on the slide. And note that I will also go into more detail on these plans through this series of short videos, with this video focusing on the frontline worker offerings. So who exactly is a frontline worker? Well, there are many different frontline worker roles out there, and you can see on the slide examples of types of frontline worker, though I do hasten to add that these are just examples and this is by no means a complete list of all frontline workers out there. But when we think about these users, their main job role doesn't involve working on a computer all the time, and they'll probably only be using a computer for part of their working life, maybe to check emails, consume and update documents, work with teams, etc. So these are the users who don't need the rich productivity tools of the enterprise worker, but do need access to content to help them do their job. However, the devices that they use are just as important to secure and manage as any other device in the organization. So the frontline worker has special plans, the F plans, that have been designed to meet their requirements. If we look at a more detailed breakdown of what's in the Frontline Worker plans, we can see that the Microsoft 365 F1 plan gives the user the ability to consume content, work with teams, and has the security and management tools of EMS E3. Whereas the Microsoft 365 F3 plan gives a richer set of tools, including, for example, the ability to edit documents and access email, along with including the Office 365 F3 elements, Windows 11 E3 and EMS E3. And it is worth noting that it's also possible to add some of the extra security and compliance tools to users licensed with Microsoft 365 F1 or F3. And here we can see that there's an F5 security add-on, an F5 compliance add-on, and an F5 security and compliance add-on, which is a combination of the two previous licenses. And we can see on the slide here what's included in those licenses. Now, these licenses can be assigned to users who are already licensed with either Microsoft 365 F1, Microsoft 365 F3, or a combination of Office 365 F3 and EMS E3. Now, it is worth appreciating that there are some rules regarding who is eligible for the Frontline Worker license, and you can see here a snippet from the product terms site. And it says that the Frontline Worker license can only be assigned to a user whose primary device has a single screen which is smaller than 10.9 inches in size, or that they share a work device with any screen size with other Frontline licensed workers during or across shifts. And if this is the case, the shared device must be the primary work device of the other Frontline workers who use it, and that any software used on that device must be licensed appropriately. So it is important to ensure that the users you define as frontline workers meet these requirements. Otherwise, they will not be eligible for the Microsoft 365 F1 or F3 licenses. Finally, the Microsoft 365 Enterprise Plan Comparison document, the first page of which you can see on this slide, does go into detail around what is included with the Frontline Worker plans. And you can access this document from the link on the slide, and I would highly recommend that you download it to take a look. That concludes this short video. Thank you very much for watching. If you require any more information around Microsoft 365, please do contact TD Synex.